Hello world, Peter Weaver Darcy and Patricia O'Connor here, and today we have ourselves a little bit of sunshine, a little break in our weather. Those back-to-back storms that were offshore or that still are offshore have started taking, instead of going from left to right for the last 15 days, they're doing something like this, which means there's a storm offshore that probably won't get here until tonight. It's going to take a lot longer to get here than the others that were just kind of skipping along across the ocean straight over. Now they're going more slower left to right, but from kind of like bottom left to top right. I think that means we get a break in our weather today. I've got everybody back on their perch and drying out. We're going to take just a few minutes. This is going to be a short, honest. And also everybody's back on their perch because we get to air out. I did bring in the Dawn Redwood yesterday, because it was just getting absolutely flooded. As you can see, the bark is just dark right here. It was that dark up to here, and the substrate was nowhere near drying out because it wasn't even going to stop. So this one and this one got brought in out of the direct rain just to stop them from getting wetter. And today is a great opportunity for them to dry out, and it's not an easy trick. I mean, this guy has zero foliage to turn that water into, so we basically could use some of this little breeze, which is about 10 miles an hour, and that good old sunshine to start drying this guy. And a couple of days like this, frankly, we're probably mid 60s in a couple of days like this, and I would expect to see if I look at this long enough, I'll probably see where this is starting to get a little ready, getting a little froggy, as they say. I think we're probably not out of winter yet. And tomorrow we are back in at 90% chance that it will be raining sideways on us, like what we've come to expect, with more of that coming the next day and the next day, and then it right on out. But today was an unexpected break. So a couple of trees actually got watered, and they are all getting an opportunity to have the kind of weather that they were used to. So this guy finally got watered for the first time in about 15 days. I watered it myself instead of the rain gods. And yeah, that was probably I watered the bougainvillea, and I watered the oak, and I think I may have watered this pine. And one or two of these pines got watered, and the rest, only like one or two, and the rest are still waiting until they get a little drier. This is one of the few breaks that I know of where things can kind of get a little back to normal, but this is only for the day. Now, while I have you here, this is kind of a look at what we ended up with on Sweet Pea. I am pretty happy with our zip tie branch placement. Actually, I'm really happy with that. Also, this would be a good time to go through here and clean up. I'm really happy with the new design change, and I'm pretty excited about all of it as a whole, except the shrink wrap. I'm not done with that yet. I'm not happy. There's nothing about the shrink wrap really I like. What I'm going to do is, when I was doing this, I showed a piece of nylon square that I could have used to drape over that, like make a sock out of it and kind of just encase that. But I felt like I would end up with a lot of substrate falling over the edge with that. And this would allow me to have a tighter, keep everything in kind of a belief. This is helping me. I think this is helping me. I think this is helping me. I think this is going to make it really hard to continue to water. I got a good water in it the other day, but I also think that it's going to make it almost impossible for the lack of oxygen there. It's not a good thing, and it won't breathe. So there's just a lot not to like about this part. So what I intend to do is kind of a homogenation between the two ideas, and I'm going to drape a piece of fabric over there, and then I'm going to rubber tape it, and then I'm going to cut this top layer of plastic back. So I'll still have the everything held in place here and here and here and here, but this top part will be just covered with a piece of stretched out cloth that will be rubber taped down. I'll run a couple of laps of rubber tape around the edge of the pot, and I'll stretch that from here to here, right? But I won't do that. That's not worthy of my mind of part 3. I just wasn't happy with the way that came out. I'm still not happy with the way that came out, but only the shrink wrap, only the second to last thing I did. And I'm not totally unhappy with that. A lot of that is doing what I want it to do. I also don't like all the shrink wrap going underneath the pot this way. That will help me keep that substrate on the top, but it will, I'm concerned about drainage. I've got the drain holes clear, but I don't have those wire holes were also free and clear drainage, and I could probably repoke those. Man, these pines are happy. I stopped. Position them in a way where they would stop getting as wet. I repositioned this guy to where it's now getting better coverage of sun on this side, and it's still getting the light on both sides. I should probably take it a little bit more that way. Bringing this guy over here got it out of the rain, so we were able to water it a day or so ago, and it's on the drying outside. But now this is a good opportunity to kind of look back at what we did on the 75-year-old. This is I still need to go through and do some cleanup on the needles and a little bit of needle reduction. Not a lot, just places where it looks a little extra strong. We could clean that up just a little, and maybe take a few needles out of the mix on the top. But it's greening back up nicely. It's glad to be out of the water. I made amends for the potting job that took away a lot of the nabari on that. I just basically sunk it down in there and tried to and hit all that really great stuff. I wasn't worried about the looks at the time. I was worried about losing the tree. I totally didn't have my eye on aesthetic. But there's no engineering term that also says looks right is right. And as soon as I backed up and looked at it, I went, oh no. But I'm not saying that now. I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. Did I only say that a million times? Yeah. Also, I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I wanted to cut 2 2x4s, lay one here and lay one on the back side, and then lay a board across them. Raising this up maybe this high, and then having a better platform, and the tree is tilted back slightly. It doesn't need to be. That'll give this guy back here in the back better light, and blah blah blah. But yeah, this is all just a quick look at that and a quick look at this. And tonight, before we turn in, we will probably return this oak back to this position, and the Dawn Redwood will probably return back to this little perch for a second. That just keeps it from getting, I'm worried about this guy staying so wet that it absolutely drowns, because it's been wet a long time, and it has no means of moving that water without any foliage. So that's a concern, but we'll take care of that. And I'm probably, before the comes getting in and getting really soggy, if I want to have more control over my watering than what we're seeing with our weather, I'll probably move this guy back to here, maybe back that guy up just a scotch. But other than that, I think we're ready. In a little while, I'll bring this in and start working on it. I don't really feel like that's a part 3. I just thought I would tell you what. I'll show you that when we do something else, and I haven't made a decision on our next project yet, but it will probably happen tonight. And that's a little look at some wisteria. I can't wait, between me and you guys, I can't wait to see these cypress trees start budding out. And as soggy as the stone redwood has been, it will feel really good to see it budding out. I don't think my cork bark minds the rain as much, and I did want to bring that out of the rain, and it's just now starting to dry out some, but it has been soggy for a long time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will shoot something tonight in the living room. We'll put something on the bench and work on it. We still have a lot of cool stuff we can do, and thank you for watching.